Hello, everybody. This is Sunday. It is June 5th, and we are going into week 5 of our online astronomy course. I hope you all had a good week, and we are headed into a busy week. And one of the reasons it's going to be busy is that your first exam is this coming week. Your exam opens up tomorrow, Monday, June 6th, and it is open until the following Sunday, June 12th. Now, let me show you where you can find the exam. The exam is on the modules page, and so just let me show that to you here. Here's the modules page where you go to your modules, and there's modules 1, 2, scrolling down, modules 3 and 4, and between modules 4 and 5 is your first exam. So that's where you'll find it. I can tell you that your exam has 35 multiple choice questions, and the exam is open book. You can use your book. You can use your homework quizzes while you're taking the exam. You take the exam at home on your computer, and so you can use your book, you can use your homework quizzes, but no other resources are permitted. Now, people sometimes wonder about math. Is there going to be math on the exams? And I try to put all the math into the homework quizzes because I want you to see how astronomers understand what they're looking at in the sky. So I take you through and, do a couple calculations. But on the exams, I don't do that. So on an exam, if there's math, it's really would be easy math. I've worked out the math actually in the problem, so all you have to do is recognize the correct way of doing the math. You're not going to need a calculator. If you want to have one by your side, that's fine, just as a security blanket sort of thing, but I don't think you'll need it. So take the exam between tomorrow, Monday, June 6th, and then next Sunday, June 12th. Now, after you take the exam the first time, you can see which questions you miss. And if you want to, you can take it again a second time within the exam period. And if you do take it again, I give you the average of your 2 attempts. And of course, if you just take it once, I just give you that single score. So good luck on that. And if you have any trouble accessing the exam, please let me know. Or if you have any questions, please let me know. So let's talk about Module 5. Module 5 is about our planet Earth. And I thought for the background today, I choose a little piece of Earth where I live. I'm in Ogden, Utah, and this is, if you live in Ogden, you might recognize the 22nd Street Trailhead. This is real close to that. In fact, it's right at it. And if you live someplace else, you can think about, that small piece of Earth where you are. Earth is huge. It's a huge planet. It's immensely old. And it's hard to realize, what does 4.5 billion years even mean? And I like to think of it like this. Suppose I had a little strip of paper, something like the receipts that you get from CVS or something like that seem to go on and on forever. They're really long. Well, suppose you had one that was so long, you could stretch it all around Earth's equator. Okay. And on that piece of paper that stretches all the way around Earth's equator, you could write out the entire history of our planet Earth. So how much space, how much of that roll of that long strip of paper going around Earth's equator, how much of that would be taken up by your lifetime? And if you're 21 years old, then the answer is about 4.7 centimeters. That's not quite 2 inches. And so that's how much of Earth's history that you yourself have occupied. How about the past 2,000 years? I mean, here we are in the 2020. How about the past 2,000 years? How much length of that paper does that 2,000 years take up? And the answer is about 4.4 meters, about 4 yards or so. Well, how about us? How about the whole history of people, humanoids, you know, from the earliest men, from when we diverged from the great apes? How long have we as a species been around? How much of that paper? And the answer is only about 8.7 kilometers. That's about only 5.5 miles. So if you walk 5.5 miles along Earth's equator, along that strip of paper, that would be how much time people have been around. And that means that 99.9% of Earth's history took place before there were people. But still, we can study geology, and we know the changes that Earth has gone through. We know how the continents have moved, have floated on top of the mantle. We'll learn about Earth's interior, about how it has a molten inner core, a solid outer core, mostly iron and nickel. We'll learn how it has a mantle, part of it that is just below Earth's crust, and that mantle is slowly convecting. Now, convecting is something you're all used to. Maybe you have a convection oven or have heard of a convection oven. Convection is just hot material rising because it's lighter than the cold material, and then it cools off and then comes back down again. So this constant circulation in the mantle, very, very slow motion, but the crust, which is what we live on, Earth's crust, is lighter than that. It floats on top of the mantle, and so the continents slowly move. And you'll learn about how different Earth looked if you go back millions and billions of years. Fascinating story. And you'll also learn about our atmosphere. You can see here, this background, it's a beautiful blue sky. But you also know that we are in the midst of a crisis called climate change. Since the Industrial Revolution happened, we have been burning fossil fuels, and that carbon dioxide has been increasing in Earth's atmosphere, and it's a greenhouse gas. And you'll learn all about that, and you'll also see a specific report for the southwest part of the United States to see what is coming. And these are forecasts that were made several years ago, and they're already taking place. Wildfires, droughts, things like that. And those are, I'm afraid, only going to get worse. And what we can do about it is, each one of us, is just do what we can. Act locally and do as much as you can to live wisely and leave a small carbon footprint here on planet Earth. So I hope you enjoy learning all about our atmosphere. You'll also learn about how the atmosphere moves. And, you know, if you've ever watched news reports, you always see these highs and lows, and you see the way the air circulates around the lows and around the highs. Why does it go the way it does? Well, that's because of something called the Coriolis effect. And you'll learn all about the Coriolis effect in this module. So I hope you enjoy learning about a little bit about Earth's history in this module. It's really cool. It's our planet. It's the only planet we have. And the story of Earth's history is really fascinating. So let me see. Before we go, I'll pull up Stellarium here. So let me do that. Share the screen and bring up Stellarium. And here's Stellarium. This is what things would look like. This is on, you can see up here, this is June 8th, and that would be Wednesday. This is around 11 in the evening, and we're facing north here. And there's a real prominent constellation looking north. It looks like a W. So there's the W in the sky. Not for Weber, this is actually a throne of Queen Cassiopeia. So this is Queen Cassiopeia's throne. And if you're looking north and you just gaze upwards, and I'll pull the sky downwards here, you find Ursa Major, the Big Bear, the asterism, that is a specific star pattern we call the Big Dipper. Here's the bowl of the Big Dipper, 4 stars, and the 3 stars that make the Dipper's handle. Now, the Big Dipper is really, a cool asterism, because you can use these 2 stars at the end of the bowl of the Big Dipper, and you go from the one at the bottom of the bowl to the top of the bowl, and just keep going in a straight line till you hit a bright star, and that is the North Star, Polaris. So if you're ever out lost and at night and you need to find the North Star, that's how to do it. Find the Big Dipper, take the 2 stars here at the end of the bowl, and just shoot straight across to find Polaris, the North Star. And if you live in Utah, here's a cool little fact. I'm just going to click this star here at the end of the bowl. This is the star Dubhe, D-U-B-H-E, and it is Utah's state star. No kidding. We have a state star, and it is Dubhe, located right here. So, I do hope you enjoy learning about our planet Earth. We'll be learning about all the planets of the solar system, but it makes sense to start out where we live. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always contact me, send me an email, post in the discussions. I'll be happy to set up a Zoom meeting. I'll be happy to meet with you in my office personally. And we can set up a time that's convenient for us both to do that. So good luck on the exam. And remember, you can take it twice if you want to. I'm going to be sending out an email after I post this video that will give you more details about the exam. So good luck on that. Hope everything goes well for you this week. And I will look forward to seeing you next time. So till then, bye-bye.